ain't got all day.
What's up, queens and bitches? Welcome back to Pillow Talk Mamas. Okay, sorry. Had to get that out.
Go ahead.
Absolutely not.
You want to do part of the intro?
No.
Oh my god. Hey, this is Pillow Talk Mamas with Anamari and Troy. I'm Anamari.
I'm Troy.
If you are new, welcome. Thank you for tuning in. Please subscribe if you enjoy the episode. Join our family. If you are already family, welcome back. Now let's get started.
Woo-hoo.
Our first segment is Stress of the Week, and there's been a whole lot going on that might be a bit intense for PTMs. So we're going to go with the cop-out this week, unfortunately. I decided to be a good mom and make breakfast for my boys, and I used this fancy little chopper that we have. It jammed up on me, and as I'm cleaning it out, thinking like, oh, I got this. I'm an adult. I don't need an adult. I sliced up my fingers. Like, why is my finger stinging? So I keep looking at it. I'm like, there's nothing there. And then I go to squeeze my finger to look even closer and realize, like, oh, like I sliced through my finger.
That's gross.
So,
what an appetizing breakfast.
I know. A lot of hand washing and Band-Aids and all that good stuff. So that was fun. Trying to prepare for this episode in general.
You were kind of like peppers and onions and stuff.
Peppers and tomatoes and mushrooms.
All the acidic stuff except for the mushrooms. Fun.
Yeah, that was pretty stingy. That was fun. But me and my boys had a good breakfast. So
yeah, one of them just had everything on the floor, so you know.
Yeah. The chunky one at that.
The chunky one. He's like, "Ow, I'm done." Like, no, you're not. But you can't eat that off the floor. So I guess you're done. Ta-da.
I'm sure we had an LOL of the week, but I haven't been as diligent, if I'm being honest. And like I said before, a lot of them are you had to be there moments. So we are going to skip ahead and go to our question jar.
Ooh, question jar. You guys want to do one today?
I think we'll do one.
Okay. Actually, you be the one to choose.
Stick my
handicap
Band-Aid
fingers. Disgusting. Still gonna touch them.
Okay. How did your childhood affect your adulthood?
It was so traumatizing. I don't remember a thing. I'm just kidding.
Are you being serious?
I'm kidding.
Honestly, I feel like the answer that is expected is not what I would give. My childhood was surrounded by family, and everybody has moved. So I definitely expect more family time subconsciously than me and my boys actually experience. So that kind of sucks. I'm like, we used to go to grandma's house every weekend and cook dinner and barbecues and dance salsa in the kitchen with grandma. Like, those are core memories. Yeah. I'm like, as a mom, you want your kids to have those meaningful core memories from their childhood, and they still have time, but that's the only answer I can give on the spot, really.
How did childhood shape my adulthood?
Affect.
Shape. I really don't know. Like, I mean, I was just raised with a lot of love and care, so I learned to be a tender person and considerate and stuff like that. I mean, very cop-out answer. Since it's on the spot, I don't have any way to give a nice full answer.
Of course, if we think of something later that's like, ooh, that's good, we can always add it later. But on the spot, that's
what you're gonna get.
That's what I would get.
If you want more, it's a personal problem.
That's a PP. Our topic of the day is, what is it again? Random facts.
Random facts.
We should know, right?
You should know. You studied.
Do you want to start?
I can go first. I have a really interesting one. I'm not really familiar with astrology or the lunar calendar and stuff and the Chinese culture and everything, but I found a random fact that 2023 is actually the year of the rabbit.
Okay.
So if you were born in 2023, 2011, 1999, 87, 74, 63, 51, or 39, that's as far back as I was going to go. It's every 12 years that the lunar calendar rotates for the Chinese calendar.
Okay.
And if you are born in one of these years, somehow magically, you tend to be gentle, compassionate, and artistic. and possess harmonious nature, valuing peace and tranquility while showcasing their creativity and sensitivity.
Okay.
And I feel
what
like
was the 90s one?
99, 87, 74, 63.
Okay, so that's not us.
Nah.
Now I'm interested what our year says about us.
I think we're monkeys.
I think so too.
But I didn't look into that one.
I know we are. I only remember because my mom called me monkey when I was a baby because she would put me on her hip and I would cling, like arms and legs cling to her, and she'd be like, "Look, guys," and she'd let go, and I would just hang there.
Me mom, no me mom, no monkey.
So we're for sure monkeys. We gotta look that up.
We have to.
I think that relates to a later episode that we have. My first one, author Mary Shelley kept her deceased husband's heart in her writing desk. Apparently, a rare condition meant his heart remained unburnt after cremation. Oh. Rather than bury it, she decided to keep it in a drawer.
Lovely. Not in the windowsill.
No.
Or a shelf. I mean, she did it the right way then. She just kept it in a drawer.
Yeah, but I'm like, I guess if it didn't burn in cremation, then it's not gonna like deteriorate, and that's not the word.
But if you know what a human heart looks like, you just don't want that laying around.
Yeah,
I'm assuming it was in a jar.
I don't know. I actually didn't fully look into it. They did say that there were rumors that she used it as an eraser, and I think it said that the rumors were unfounded. So I'm like, okay, that's comforting.
I don't think the human tissue would make a good eraser, but
I wouldn't know because I wouldn't try it.
Fair enough.
But yeah, your turn.
Well, since we're on the topic of murder, or not murder, but like, some wicked stuff. If you enjoy pumpkin spice flavored foods, you likely appreciate the cinnamon and the nutmeg. Mm-hmm. Nutmeg adds a warm and spicy flavor to foods and drinks in small amounts. However, in larger amounts, it can cause hallucinations and ultimately be fatal. Pumpkin spice.
That goes back to homeopathic expectation versus reality.
Yeah. You gotta know what you're doing.
Too much of anything is not good for you. Yeah. But nutmeg is like,
you're done.
Yeah, that's interesting. Water nutmeg, can unalive you.
It's pumpkin season.
Actually, there was an article recently that a woman actually passed away.
Yeah, I heard about that. She did like water intoxication. 4 bottles in like 20 minutes, though. It was a ridiculous amount that she did in a stroke. But she kept saying she was thirsty. I'm like, that sounds like a diabetic problem or something else going on with like the kidneys that's causing you to be like insatiable for water. But yeah, I heard about that.
Yeah. It's unfortunate.
I'd be scared to drink water now. I'm like, 1 sip. Okay. And I'm like, I'm going to die of like dehydration. It's like, I was trying not to overhydrate.
I spread mine out throughout the day. Like, people make fun of the people who walk around with the big jugs. That's like the ones you flip upside down into the machine, into the water dispensers. They're like, first of all, you're ridiculous if you're walking around with like a 2-gallon jug. Yeah. You look ridiculous. I think, hey, if it works for you, it works for you. But I take my water a little bit throughout the day.
I just drink it as needed. I'm like, I'm thirsty. I should drink something, and then just move on. I'm not.
Plus, for us little folks out there, if you want to eat and have space in your stomach for actual food, drinking a lot of water can take up that space and affect your weight. So, not to say that I'm like, I'm out here dehydrated because I want to gain weight, but like you have to be mindful. So yeah. I don't think that'll happen.
Makes sense.
I feel like mine are so intense. So my next one, author Charles Dickens reportedly had a flap of human skin that he used as a bookmark. Tasty.
Human leather.
I don't know how, I didn't look into it. I don't care that much how big it was or how thick it was, but that's pretty creepy. Whose skin was it?
You don't want to know.
Did it mean something?
You don't want to know. Given the time era, you don't want to
know. Yeah. Your turn.
I'm going to leave it at that. So, although Barbie and Ken might be one of the world's most popular fictional couples, they're low-key kind of siblings.
I heard that, I think.
Mattel founder Ruth Handler decided to name the dolls after her children, Barbara and Kenneth, which means that the couple was inspired by real-life brother and sister duo.
Okay, so it wasn't like a sneaky, like...
No.
you guys are going to be a
incestual.
couple, but really you're siblings.
Yeah.
It was just based off of the name.
Yeah. So I think
Okay.
it's something that later developed into like they're kind of like shipping them together. Let's just do that. Let's go with that storyline.
You know what's interesting? Mickey Mouse and Minnie Mouse, I read today, the people who voiced them were married in real life.
Oh.
Yeah. The Barbie and Ken thing is, I don't know. It's a little weird to know as adults, like playing with Barbies back in the day.
Yeah. Like,
But-
you kiss, and it's like,
No
should
kiss,
not.
kiss.
No kiss.
Going back to the heavy,
Oh boy.
the next one is not so bad. So that might be where my heavy ends. So the Romans were pretty disgusting. They used powdered mouse brains for toothpaste.
Delicious.
And it gets worse. They use human urine as mouthwash. It gets worse.
Must say we love some ammonia mouthwash.
Imported from Portugal. So they weren't just like, oh, I got to use the bathroom. And while I'm at it, let me wash out my mouth. They were like, we want your urine to clean our mouths out. Spicy. Yeah. I was like, as I read that, my jaw like hit the floor. I was like, that's disgusting. But the Romans are pretty known for being a little wild for many different reasons. So
I'm glad we're out of those times.
Yeah.
Maybe some people.
Oh, I'm sure there's some people that.
Oh yeah. Still into it very heavily.
Yeah.
Oh, that got me. This one's kind of cute.
Okay.
The rhyme "Rockabye Baby" might have a pretty dark origin. I said it was cute. Some believe that the lullaby was written about the son of King James II of England and Mary of Modena, who allegedly was not actually the couple's biological son. Instead, many think that a random child was brought into the birthing suite and passed off as their own to ensure that the Roman Catholic heir was to the throne. So long story short, it sounded like that baby died, and they were like, "Trade back, got some extra babies." Like, "Oh, traded my baby," and somebody was like, "Here's a child."
You know what? I don't know if that would be you guys can let us know in the comments if that would be an interesting series, because a lot of nursery rhymes have really dark meanings.
That would be a good series though, because there's plenty out there.
Yeah. I forget the name of, there's a guy that has a YouTube channel that's really into those, and he delves really deep. But I got into it a while back, and I was like, this is crazy.
You should definitely do that.
Yeah,
that'd be fun.
So yeah, let us know in the comments if you're interested. We will do that.
Okay, yeah, sounds good.
Hot water freezes faster than cold. I thought that was interesting. I figure if you put cold water in an ice tray, throw it in the freezer, it's halfway there.
Well, I think about it on a molecular level, because anything that's hot is moving fast. So by how fast it's moving, it has to slow down to freeze.
That is true.
So that's interesting.
Yes.
Thank you, Miss Jack and Nathan.
And then it is physically impossible for pigs to look up into the sky.
Yeah, I knew that. And I've seen people take their piglets and it's like, look, and they're like, Rawr. Like, wait, is it suffering? Does it not want to look at the sky? And it's like, Rawr.
I feel like I didn't look into it. I'm guessing it's like a muscle thing.
Yeah, they just don't have the capacity.
But that's hilarious that people are like, you're missing out. Here you go.
Yeah, they're just squealing their lungs out. And I'm like, I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing, but they got to see it.
I don't know. I mean, if you have a pet pig, you know your pig. You know what they like and don't like, hopefully.
Maybe.
So
it's such a random thing to just have pigs. Like, oh, let me just look up. And it's like, I have a pig. Just on hand.
I could do a baby one, but once they like...
Well, the thing is, pigs can eat humans, so I wouldn't...
One of my teachers in high school told me that.
Yeah.
They were like, fun fact, if you starve a pig long enough, they'll eat a human, bones and all. I was like, first of all, why do you know that?
They don't need to even be like starving. Like legitimately, like, they could just be hungry. Like, you're a mill. I'm gonna go for it. There's so many farmers who have lost their lives to their hogs.
My mom and I told my mom that fact, and she was like, there was actually a I was gonna say serial. She wasn't a serial anything. She was just, I guess, a disturbed woman. And I think one of her neighbors like reported something a little iffy or something like that. I may be wrong, but it gets investigated and they find out that she fed her pig a human. And she was like, oh, I just wanted to see how long it would take for the pig to eat the human. And I was like, that's not normal, right?
Oh, it's normal when your husband's getting on your nerves. So it's either feed them to the alligators, depending on what part of the world you're in.
If you need help, blink twice, because I know you watch. Let me know if you need assistance.
I'm just saying. So if you're anything like me and don't dust your house very often, here's a fun fact.
Oh, I already know where you're going with this.
Researchers have found from the Imperial College of London that humans shed around 200 million skill cells per hour. And it has to go somewhere when you're indoors. So dead skins are the main ingredient of your household dust.
Okay, that's not where I thought you were going.
I don't know where else I could go.
But, I'm thinking like dust is like dust might poop, pretty much.
Yeah, I mean, but it's mostly human dead skin.
That's cool.
Delicious. I say that
Yummy.
because my daughter confessed to me that she used to lick dust. So I'm like,
In the spirit of transparency, my son did as well. I guess that could be my LOL. It's not of the week, but it's funny in hindsight. It was extremely disgusting in the moment. He literally walked up to the TV stand. Mind you, I do dust, but not as often as like you're never going to see it. So he walked up to the TV stand and just as fast as this goes. I was like,
interesting.
Why would you do that?
Just wanted to know what it tastes like. Just real quick.
I'm like, when you see your child about to do something and your mommy brain is like, alert, alert, and you go, ah. I didn't have time to act.
Jeez, it was that fast?
No, seriously, that fast. Like, just looked at it, saw that there was something to consume, consumed it. So, for my son's sake, when they get older, if they ever watch this, I won't say which one, but I was extremely disgusted.
It's only 1 to 2, so they both could just be made fun of. Well, disgusting monkey butts.
I don't know whose turn it is.
It's yours.
Okay. I'll do 2 again.
Okay.
The moon has moonquakes.
Oh,
I didn't know that.
That's just hard.
That it makes sense. The Earth has earthquakes, but it's a different atmosphere. So I just never thought of it. But
imagine this little moon just shivering. Like, oh, you okay? You need a blanket?
Shaking dust out into space.
I don't know why I'm talking about the moon like it's a precious little baby. But it's like you think moon, you're like, oh, it's so small, it's so tiny. I'm like, it's not that small.
It is. I found out today, and you knew that Australia is wider than the moon, which
I still can't.
You knew it already, but yeah, my brain can't process the fact that Australia is not that big
compared to other continents,
right? To be wider, of course, it doesn't wrap around,
right?
But that's still, it's a wild.
So we're talking diameter, not circumference. Pull to get the food down. Come on, come with it. Good old high school education.
And
public school.
The second one is apparently birds need gravity to swallow.
I think everybody does.
I don't know.
I mean, we have the muscles to push things down, but in order for it to stay down, it must have a gravitational pull.
Because humans have gone to space, and I'm sure they're not up there like, oh, let me spit this out because I can't swallow it.
Supposedly, but they're also pressurized. So they would still technically have some type of gravitational pull to get the food down. I mean, yeah, we have the muscle capacity. What about when
they're in their suits? If they're in their suits, connected to the ship, out working on the ship, I don't know.
But that's why it's a special locked-in suit. It still has the oxygen in it, which I'm assuming has something to do with...
Oxygen isn't gravity.
It has something to do with physics.
I'm not a scientist. I don't know.
I mean, I took physics with your husband, and I can't say that I'm right, because I copied him a lot. So we just have to ask him once technology caught up. I thought that was really cool. Because 1998 is not that long ago.
It doesn't throw me necessarily, but I'm thinking like the fact that it was a rabbi.
Just a little random one I thought was kind of interesting. Speed dating was invented until 1998. And it was actually invented by the Jewish community by a rabbi and his students for speed dating or for singles in the Jewish community. Okay. And it kind of took off and it became a global thing. And that's how we kind of started developing the concept of like online dating and stuff once technology caught up. I thought that was really cool. Because 1998 is not that long ago.
It doesn't throw me necessarily, but I'm thinking like the fact that it was a rabbi brings the religious aspect into it, and I'm like they're not allowed to date. I don't know. My brain just found that fact.
That's no. You have to be courted off and married. Like no, they were dating. They were like, right. Nah, dismissed.
They're like, listen, we don't have time to waste, so let's not.
Right.
So thank the Jews for your online apps today, I guess.
Yeah, they developed the concept of dating to a degree. Yeah,
that is interesting.
I like it.
Not that we would know anything about that now.
Not
today.
A dang thing.
I was gonna say now today at all.
At all.
I've had boyfriends, but I never like legitimately dated because humans are busted.
I ain't never date nobody. I don't even know how I'm married.
Because you love him. So, human and koala fingerprints are hard to differentiate when side by side. I thought that was interesting. Now, that doesn't mean go get a koala to help you with your crimes.
Can you imagine?
Koalas have 2 thumbs and I guess 3 fingers.
Okay.
So, obviously somebody be like, you thought you were slick. No, ma'am, no, sir.
But also, koalas are very aggressive animals. So, being able to even get it to conspire with you is like, if you can do that.
Have wonderful PR. Do you know what they sound like? And the types of things that they do?
No.
Yours, like, they're violent. This first time I heard a koala was like within the last 5 years for sure. So I made it 3 decades almost without ever hearing a koala. I'm like, oh, they're so cute. They're
I never thought they were cute.
People call them bears, but they're not. They're marsupial.
Not a museum, a zoo locally and do that.
Yeah, anything like that. Like, obviously, I'm not going to be like driving down the road and say koala, but like, oh, come here, I want a hug. But even, okay, short story, because I don't want this to run too long. Going to Honduras, we did zip lining. And, I was super excited. My family's from there. I was like, we did the whole like local where my family is from. And then we went to Roatan and then did like the touristy part of our vacation. So we did zip lining. And at the end, they have like a monkey meet and greet. I forget what it's called. Monkey Town, something like that. But you're zip lining through the actual jungle. So there's actual monkeys in there with you. So we see a little baby monkey and it seems super friendly. So my whole entire family, minus like one of us, I was like, y'all better don't.
Yeah.
We're all like, we have these, zip lining gloves and equipment on. Yeah. So we're all like, slowly reaching to the monkey, letting it sniff us. Like you don't want to approach them too quickly. And the monkey is like enjoying it and sniffing us and like touching her gloves. And it was the cutest thing ever until
I was like waiting for that.
Mama monkey noticed that baby monkey was being touched by things that she
much bigger than
doesn't recognize and came out of nowhere. When she got me, her hand wrapped around my helmet, hit my glasses, and my glasses fell off onto the platform. Anybody who knows me well enough knows this is my sight. This is my life. Twice on vacation, I almost lost my glasses. And that was one of the times. It hit the platform and I freaked out. I was like, I have to hit the deck and grab these glasses before they fly off. Because when I tell you we were like 30 to 50 feet up in the air in the middle of the jungle, you lose those glasses. But I think she slapped maybe 2 or 3 of our helmets, like pop, pop, like a cat.
That's funny.
But when she got me, her hand wrapped around my helmet, hit my glasses, and my glasses fell off onto the platform. Anybody who knows me well enough knows this is my sight. This is my life. Twice on vacation, I almost lost my glasses. And that was one of the times. It hit the platform and I freaked out. I was like, I have to hit the deck and grab these glasses before they fly off. Because when I tell you we were like 30 to 50 feet up in the air in the middle of the jungle, you lose those glasses, you're not going to see the rest of your vacation.
That's tough.
Yeah. I don't regret the experience. It's a story to tell. I can tell my kids. Yeah. But of course, if you're dealing with nature, be very careful.
Yeah.
And maybe go for the mamas and the daddies if you're going to approach an animal.
Forget all of them.
Because you think human mama bears are like I'll protect my baby at any cost. An animal is like 10 times that.
Yeah, y'all were brave. I wouldn't like, oh, it's like him. And left it alone. Like, oh, let's touch it. Don't touch it.
That part is not good, obviously, but the fact that they were like, we don't want it to melt, so let's add this coating. Yeah, that's pretty interesting.
Yeah, I guess. I just thought, like, I never knew what it's up for. Let me add some history to it.
Are unique to them. Mm-hmm. Apparently, so are your tongue prints.
Gross.
You're welcome. And for the bookworms out there, Isaac Asimov, I hope I'm saying that right, is the only author to write a book in every Dewey Decimal category. So,
and my brain can't it's an amazing like feat, but I can't process.
I don't even know how many there are, but I know there's several.
More than several.
Every single category, and I didn't. So everybody knows that everyone's fingerprints are unique to them. Mm-hmm. Apparently, so are your tongue prints.
Gross.
You're welcome. And for the bookworms out there, Isaac Asimov, I hope I'm saying that right, is the only author to write a book in every Dewey Decimal category. So,
and my brain can't it's an amazing like feat, but I can't process.
I don't even know how many there are, but I know there's several.
More than several.
Every single category, and I didn't delve in like how many per category, but to hit one for every category is pretty impressive.
Also, I'm sure the books weren't even that good though. If you want to make that type of world record, it's kind of like,
I've never heard of Isaac Asimov, so I mean, not to say he wasn't a good
it can
author,
literally be a book that says the end, and like, oh wow, he did it.
He did it.
It's amazing.
Pictures.
No hate to this guy or this author. I'm just saying, like, what are the odds that all of his books were like bestsellers?
So now I'm gonna want to look up.
You need to.
The names of, well, not even the names, just how well did Isaac Asimov's books do? Yeah. As far as sales and reads.
Like, who even is this person?
Who are you, Isaac?
Who are you?
Go for it.
Yeah. I think it's super cute. You hear about the ones where it's like, we met in 1923 and we grew apart and then we somehow magically ended up together again. I'm like, girl, your memory ain't that good. You know, it ain't the same man. But you're like, I cheer for you, but the odds are very not that high.
Cute. I love love, period. As long as it's healthy.
Yes.
Not toxic. I thought this was interesting. So Russia has 11 time zones.
Oh.
I was like, 11 is...
I mean, it's a pretty big country.
It's a huge country. So we have 4, we talked about earlier.
Yeah.
Geography is not my strong suit.
Is it 4 or 5? And I say that because you have you have Hawaii and Arizona. They don't follow it at all.
Yeah. But that's cute. I love love, period. As long as it's healthy.
Yes.
Not Pacific, Central, and Eastern was what I had in my mind. And I'm thinking like between here and Texas. No, see, I'm about to tell myself again. I was going to say, I think no, it's not a 3-hour difference. I'm thinking another 3 hours to, California.
Yeah.
But California is not 6 hours behind us.
No.
So.
Well, God, no.
Again, geography is not my strong suit. Judge somebody else, not me.
You about to say judge your mama?
I was. Listen, I took up judge your mama, not me. And then I was like, well, everybody's mama is not a happy story.
Yeah.
So maybe I shouldn't say that. Judge your cousin, not me. I don't know.
My cousin and I. No, I was kidding. Let's stop.
But however many time zones we have in the U.S., I know it's not 11.
I don't even know how they would manage that. And does it go does it go vertically like ours does, or does it go horizontally? That would be another question, because there's 2 different. Higher up. But there's different. What's the word? Climates. Mm-hmm. So could you imagine it being like all the way up north near the North Pole, and it being,
I'm not going that far in my research.
And you go further because Russia is part of Asia. It's in Asia. So this just I don't know. It's just different elements, and I just can't imagine.
Yeah.
But I guess it makes sense because we have Canada, and Canada has a different.
Maybe they might manage it the same way we do. Like if you have family on the East Coast and family on the West Coast, you just know, like, if I need to make a phone call, be mindful of the time to make the phone call, and that's it. But if they're traveling to another side of the country for whatever reason,
can you imagine like going from a mid-Atlantic state just over a notch, and you're like, what time is it?
Right. It's
where
yesterday.
Where am I?
That I would look into. And then I know they wouldn't have 2 different days within Russia because it's not that far apart, I don't think. But I'm wondering if one of them could be like late morning and the other one like early or late evening, like almost nighttime. That I would be interested in.
Yeah, how they break down their time zones would be interesting.
There are more people in California than in Canada. And Canada is 2,000% larger than California.
Well, a lot of Canada can't be inhabited, so I guess it makes sense.
Geography is not my strong suit.
It's like so much wilderness. I'm sure a lot of it is like one of those places.
All the wilderness here that we just like,
we ain't got no wilderness.
All right,
here.
paper. Yeah. And people just like, think about, I don't know, it's like 10 minutes down the street. They're making like a new shopping center or something like that. There are more people in California than in Canada. And Canada is 2,000% larger than California.
Well, a lot of Canada can't be inhabited, so I guess it makes sense.
Geography is not my strong suit.
It's like so much wilderness. I'm sure a lot of it is like one of those places.
All the wilderness here that we just like,
we ain't got no wilderness.
All right,
here.
paper. Yeah. And people just like, think about, I don't know, it's like 10 minutes down the street. They're making like a new shopping center or something like that.
Everywhere it's been built.
That was, that I remember anyway, that was all trees.
Mm-hmm.
And it's gone.
All gone. It's all gone.
So.
And dedicated to houses now.
While that does, it makes me extremely sad that people just destroy nature and rebuild what you already
land. So that's why we have so much wildlife, and I'm grateful for it.
Yeah. As we were looking for houses, I'm like, thinking about acreage and things like that, not really realizing what an acre is and what it looks like. So we're on a full acre, but I've seen the I highly doubt that they would come out this far, so we would still be able to keep that nature aspect around us.
I'm grateful because like I still have like a half acre of just trees in the back that's untouched. Nobody's touching that. And then my next door neighbor has about 5 acres of untouched land, so that's why we have so much wildlife, and I'm grateful for it.
Yeah. As we were looking for houses, I'm like, thinking about acreage and things like that, not really realizing what an acre is and what it looks like. So we're on a full acre, but I've seen the land map. I forget what the proper term is for it, but a good bit, I wouldn't say half, I don't remember if it's half, give or take, is trees. So if we wanted to, we could cut all of that down, make it into more land. But with how much land we have, we don't even need it.
Yeah. Does she listen to them? No. She just hangs them up on her wall for decoration. But I paid real money for them. Like real money.
See, I would have gone to like Facebook Marketplace and found used ones.
But see, she were going to be hung. Yeah, but she, because of the artist she listens to, fine. I thought this was interesting. It was recently recorded that since 1987, or for the first time since 1987, vinyl records have exceeded the sales of CDs. So vinyls are making a comeback. I have a record player at home, and I want one. My oldest has a couple of records herself. Oh. Does she listen to them? No. She just hangs them up on her wall for decoration. But I paid real money for them. Like real money.
See, I would have gone to like Facebook Marketplace and found used ones.
But see, she were going to be hung. Yeah, but she, because of the artist she listens to, finding it like that is going to be hard. Versus the classics, you know?
So it's newer art. Okay.
Yeah, because they're still, I guess whenever they do a new album, they still do the vinyls because it's a thing that's coming back. So they do more vinyls than CDs, which I guess makes sense.
Yeah, nobody's using CDs, but, and you know what's interesting?
I have a CD and I have a CD player in my car. Actually, I have Brandy's and Tony Braxton. I love Tony Braxton. Yeah.
I listened to a few Brandy songs, but I would not consider myself a full-blown fan.
See, I have the Cinema Room album, And then for Toni Braxton, I have the Secrets album.
The one I have is like The Heat, something like that.
We don't know her.
It's a really old one,
We
but
don't claim her.
it's a good album.
No, not better than Secrets. I'm just saying.
But that is interesting. I'm wondering now, I don't know, it's like, what is the word? Retro things. Like, I don't want to trash them, but what am I going to do with them?
Just keep them in storage. Somebody will buy them off of you if you don't want to keep them, for sure.
That is true. Very true. Somebody like you who still listens.
It sounds good, okay? It's a different sound. The same way you have like a different sound on the vinyl, you have a different sound on the CD. It's just
I can't get over the vinyl has that like scratchy feel to it sometimes, and I like that. CDs will literally just like, oh, I got a scratch on me. Skip. I don't have time for that.
Oh my gosh. That's what she's worried about.
Thing that has a face, except for crabs. But like we mentioned earlier, you crack them open.
Yeah, you don't really right down the middle.
Well, actually,
grab right by under the eye.
Heads. Crabs don't have heads.
They're just all body.
Their eyes are on their body. So, but yeah, you don't eat shrimp hearts if you eat shrimp without heads. Yeah, I said that right.
Maybe. I was like, I don't know. So. Maybe.
And then my second one, baby elephants sometimes suck on their trunks like babies do their thumbs. Aww. I thought that shrimp hearts are in their heads, so you don't have to worry about eating shrimp hearts if you like shrimp and are not a weirdo. Sorry, not sorry. I do not eat anything that has a face, except for crabs. But like we mentioned earlier, you crack them open.
Yeah, you don't really right down the middle.
Well, actually,
grab right by under the eye.
Heads, crabs don't have heads.
They're just all body.
Their eyes are on their body. So for a while, they sense their mothers through sound and smell, which I did not know, but it makes sense. They usually tell your babies can't see farther than like, what is it, 20 inches in front, whatever it is.
So you have babies that more recently than I did.
They can only see but so far in front of their face. So they say if you want to bond with your baby, to hold them really close to you. So I did do that with both my babies. And then, of course, if you're, well, whether you're nursing or not, until your milk is gone, they can smell you better than they can see you.
Oh, okay.
So and then they also can't see their mom for a while. They sense their mothers through sound and smell, which I did not know, but it makes sense. They usually tell your babies can't see farther than like, what is it, 20 inches in front, whatever it is.
So you have babies that more recently than I did.
They can only see but so far in front of their face. So they say if you want to bond with your baby, to hold them really close to you. So I did do that with both my babies. And then, of course, if you're, well, whether you're nursing or not, until your milk is gone, they can smell you better than they can see you.
Oh, okay.
So I was like not surprised about that by elephants, but for somebody who loves seafood, I don't get the hype. I'm a texture person. I'm not eating a steak. If I have to sit and chew and chew and chew, take it back. I don't want it.
Take it back.
Flank steak I can do, but any other type of steak, no. So lobsters are very, very chewy. Or maybe that wasn't the best one. I don't know.
But yeah, it was enough to turn me away from it. So you gotta worry about that. Never having that. One left. The FDA, wow, has given, my goodness, Elon Musk the go-ahead to do a trial on his Neuralink brain implants on humans. So I remember we had talked about, what was it, alien invasion over zombie apocalypse or something, and then like the whole like take over your mind and this. I'm like, it's already happening. So you weren't that scared of like AI and stuff like that, or were you? No. What was it?
I chose the aliens reluctantly because
I just have one random one left. The FDA, wow, has given, my goodness, Elon Musk the go-ahead to do a trial on his Neuralink brain implants on humans. So I remember we had talked about, what was it, alien invasion over zombie apocalypse or something, and then like the whole like take over your mind and this. I'm like, it's already happening. So you weren't that scared of like AI and stuff like that, or were you? No. What was it?
I chose the aliens reluctantly because you made a good point. We don't know those people. So choosing the aliens is like, a little wild, but seeing what people are doing with technology. Okay, let me put it this way. It's not the technology, it's the people behind the technology that bothers me.
Yeah.
Humans can be really, really amazing human beings, or they can be trash, basura, like throw you away.
Very malicious.
So, if those trash humans, for lack of better phrasing, are the ones that are creating some of this technology, I want no parts of it.
I said Elon Musk. What more do you want?
But I don't know that man.
You should learn about that man.
What he puts out is going to be different than all of what he's doing. People are like, oh, Elon Musk goes to space on a Tuesday because he can and he has the ability. He has the means, whatever. Okay, that's fine. He wants to travel through space for fun.
That's a cool. Basura man doing that. You know how much pollution he's doing and how many
atmosphere when they go in and out of our atmosphere. And my brain was like, I never thought of that.
Really? I always think about like the space rocks and stuff, like the decontamination and stuff. You also can't do decontamination because you can't get rid of those vital organisms that you bring back because you want to study them.
So what I've thought about is like, oh, we found this fossil in the ice and we're defrosting it to bring it out. And people complain about like, I just think about all of the bacteria that they bring into our atmosphere when they go in and out of our atmosphere. And my brain was like, I never thought of that.
Really? I always think about like the space rocks and stuff, like the decontamination and stuff. You also can't do decontamination because you can't get rid of those vital organisms that you bring back because you want to study them.
So what I've thought about is like, oh, we found this fossil in the ice and we're defrosting it to bring it out. And people complain about like, think about the diseases and the bacteria that's frozen in that ice that you're releasing into our world. But it never crossed my mind that that stuff is in space too. Like, yes, there's freezing temperatures, but if something can survive there in freezing temperatures, imagine the havoc it would wreak on our planet if it crossed into our atmosphere. My thought was, you guys are ruining the ozone layer and we can't get that back. But I just never thought of that specific. Even the ocean, like they go down into the ocean and like, oh, look what I found, and bring things back up. When only 5% of the ocean has been explored. And
I heard they just found a doomsday fish.
They what?
Found an ancient doomsday fish.
I have to look into that.
Look into it.
I'm not gonna lie, the ocean interests me, but not enough to put a scuba suit on and go down there and look myself.
I don't even want to get in on the beach. I don't go in the water.
Oh, I love the beach.
Have you seen beach fleas?
Don't tell me.
They're in the sand. As soon as you go to the shoreline and you have like that, they're in the sand.
I've
they're just wiggling around.
Sand do this in videos, and I'm like, listen.
No, once you see them, you can't unsee them.
I can.
I'm gonna send you a video.
No, you're not. I'm not gonna.
And keep in mind, people eat these things as well. So
no, it's disgusting. I don't know if anybody follows Patrick Cloud or knows who he is. He does Pat Geo. I forget. He named it eventually because he's always.
We're all done.
Cookie Monster's real name is Sid.
Nice.
You're welcome. 7% of American adults think chocolate milk comes from brown cows.
There's enough stupid people in the world.
I want to meet one of those people.
I'll find one and I'll bring them to you.
Or meet someone who meets that person. I'm not sure if I want to meet them and be in their presence.
Okay.
I don't know if it rubs off that level of not smart.
I'll find you one.
I don't want to use.
That's it. That's all I have.
So we're gonna bust through my last 4. Cookie Monster's real name is Sid. Dairy milk come from pink cows. I'm like, they probably have thought of that and maybe think they do.
No, you just gotta shake the other one up really, really good and it turns different. All right, next one.
Yeah,
speed round.
There's a Japanese island only inhabited by bunnies, and you can visit it.
Oh, cute.
I would totally go.
Yeah.
That sounds fun. I'm not sure how long I would stay. We'll see how I feel when I get there.
The amount of poop. Got me.
That's why I don't know how long I would stay. Yeah, chocolate milk does not indeed come from brown cows. And your daughter made a good point. Like, where does strawberry milk come from? Pink cows? I'm like, they probably have thought of that and maybe think they do.
No, you just gotta shake the other one up really, really good, and it turns different.
Not entirely sure I would go there because I had a cat. They shed quite a lot.
Mm-hmm.
Last one. Isla de Muñecas, or the Island of Dolls.
Okay. Is that in Mexico, right?
Yes.
Yeah, I've seen it.
It's a small island south of Mexico City. It's one of the most haunted places in the world.
It's not haunted. It's just creepy.
Is it not?
It's just creepy.
They can't speak English. I'd be like, okay, y'all are too close.
A little too close.
But I feel like they have cafes too that I read about that are full of cats.
Yeah,
that you can go to.
Yeah.
Not entirely sure I would go there because I had a cat. They shed. It was literally just like two dolls. The ones that you lay down and they close their eyes, you pick them up and their eyes open, which people think is creepy anyway.
It's like, no, it's just physics. This is how it works.
And they were hung by trees. One eye closed and the other one open, and no hair, like someone shaved their hair off. I was like, it's creepy, but I haven't looked into like how haunted is it.
Yeah.
Is
you
it
need to look into it.
True
look
or
into
not?
It. Definitely.
I would totally go into like a, we have a haunted house. It's local. We hired some high school drama students. Totally will do that. But someplace that's like, no, you're really going to, like, you're going to take pictures here. You're going to go home and you're going to cry yourself to sleep.
Yeah.
I'm not sure if I would do that.
Don't do it. It's not worth it. Don't bring nothing back.
No. Can't do it.
Those were good. I like that.
Yes. I didn't think they were that interesting, but
it was good.
Those are pretty good.
Pretty good.
So,
thank you, guys.
I would totally go into like a, we have a haunted house. It's local. We hired some high school drama students. Totally will do that. But someplace that's like, no, you're really going to, like, you're going to take pictures here. You're going to go home and you're going to cry yourself to sleep.
Yeah.
I'm not sure if I would do that.
Don't do it. It's not worth it. Don't bring nothing back.
No. Can't do it.
Those were good. I like that.
Yes. I didn't think they were that interesting, but
it was good.
Those are pretty good. A bell so you don't miss any future episodes.
Yep.
If you guys have any interesting facts that you want to throw in the comments, throw some more random facts our way. I love having knowledge that is absolutely useless.
Yep.
But fun to